Welcome to a Starter and a Chaser podcast with your hosts, Joe Clarke and Jon Passow.
Welcome to a very special episode of a Starter and a Chaser podcast. I am Professional Brewer, Jon Passow.
I'm Whiskey Connoisseur, Joe Clarke.
And we are at Joe Clarke's new digs. This is his new house, and he wanted to do a special episode of our Fireside Whiskey Review. We don't know if we're going to do more of these. This is just kind of a fun thing. We're going to be relaxed. We're going to crack open some new bottles that we got in.
Relaxed.
We're going to relax.
16,000 degrees.
It's very hot.
We weren't expecting the fire to get that crazy, but it is.
It's crazy. We're going to deal with it. We've got neighbors playing guitar, so we've got crickets chirping, and we're going to see how this goes. Joe,
Let's do it.
what do we have?
Tonight we're not going to get real involved in the history or anything like that. This is just kind of like one of those two guys hanging out next to a campfire, and we're going to try a couple whiskeys tonight. One of them is controversial. We have a Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel at 94 proof.
And we have from Nelson's Green Brier their Tennessee Sour Mash Whiskey.
I'll take them up to the camera.
There we go. Get a nice close-up of those two.
Look at them bad boys right there. And if you pull the sleeve off here, well, I can't do it with one hand, but yeah, it's pretty neat how they wrap that up. You see the green Tennessee label there.
All right, we're going to start off with the Nelsons here first. And I love how this is wrapped in newspaper. It gives it an old-timey feel to it. Save that for our Instagram page photos. Be a nice little backdrop. By the way, you can check us out on Instagram at our handle at a Starter and a Chaser podcast.
That's right.
So Nelson's Green Brier is Nashville, Tennessee.
Pour.
You want to pour? All right. Joe's going to pour us some. We usually pre-pour these, but, you know, special episode. We're relaxed. We'll see how this goes.
Nice little healthy pour there. This will be neat, guys, because I've never had anything like this before, and neither has Jon, as far as a craft Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah.
I like the sleeve. That is very cool on that.
It is. So this is 45.5% proof. What is that? 91?
Yeah.
91 proof.
I can't do math, but yeah, you're good at it.
I wouldn't call that. I'll call the dyslexic guy good at math.
Ooh,
but nice color to this. Deep, rich. Joe, what are you picking up?
It's oily. Nice coat of the glass.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Forms legs nice and quick.
What are you smelling? Smells like a campfire.
No, actually, it does affect this.
That's why this is a relaxed episode.
Yeah. We get a lot of rye on this.
Oh, interesting.
I wonder what the mash bill is on something like that.
If you know, be sure to leave a comment
Yeah,
below.
we're not checking.
Hit subscribe. No, we're checking, but we're not going to check.
We're hanging tonight. Caramely, vanilla.
Okay. Any barrel?
Oh yeah, big time.
God, this has got a really cool, old school looking label to it.
I like it. Nice presentation. Well, I say, let's rip in.
Prost.
All right.
Heat or spice? I can't tell right away.
A little bit of both.
Something grabs you, but yeah, a little bit of heat. Not bad. Not a bad
Bugs
amount
are
of
out tonight. You'll see me swatting.
That's just the drugs talking. There's no vanilla. Yeah.
This is for being some of the Tennessee whiskeys, you get that funk on the nose, you get the funk on the palate.
Okay.
With with the charcoal filtering and stuff like that. This
doesn't have that funk.
This has like more of a Kentucky bourbon kind of profile going on to it, Jon.
A little bit. It doesn't have that kind of viscosity that I associate with the Kentucky bourbons, but it does have a similar profile. I can see
minty.
that. Yes, absolutely.
This is really minty, kind of like spearminty.
Double mint gum.
Kind of going, like you want to say maybe not the gum side, and then a little bit later you're like maybe it is the gum side. It's like right on the border, going in between that. Barrel's carrying through on the second sip for me big time, man.
For me, that mint just blossomed like crazy on that second sip.
It's dominating.
I'm getting a little hint of the barrel right now, but that caramel, the mint, a little bit of a spice, Right. That's I'm going to go back for a third.
We might die when we're done because the bugs
These
might
bugs
suck
are
out
eating us
all
alive.
the blood out of us while we're doing this episode for you. I thought
Well,
the fire
they'll be
would,
drunk too then.
Yeah, I thought the fire would cure this, but I guess not.
Nope.
Off it is.
Caramel, getting a little bit more of the caramel, a little bit more of that heat, but I don't think it's. Man, it's hard to tell if that's rye or if that's alcohol.
This is spice. This is not.
Yeah.
It's not an alcohol.
Okay.
It's got a little bit of a kick to it, but it's very spicy.
Okay.
Very spicy.
Whew. I'm gonna go back for one more, and then you want to pause, and we'll crack open the Elijah Craig as we clean our glasses.
One more. Starting to get some of the caramel notes.
Yeah, it's opening up. You know, this is a fresh crack, so
Yeah.
I think as this opens more, that caramel's gonna come
I'm getting
out.
a lot of like fruity notes to it. It's very just like caramely, minty, barrel,
no funk,
spicy,
Yeah.
no funk on it like you get on a lot of the Tennessee whiskeys. This is more like not to bring another brand into it, but it's more of like the Jack Daniels kind of side of a Tennessee whiskey. It's more bourbon-like than some of the other Tennessee whiskeys.
I could see that. It's not as like the body's a little heavier. I usually feel like Tennessee whiskeys are a little thinner, a little sharper.
Right.
This has got a little bit of a heft to it.
Right. Oh yeah.
Tennessee whiskeys
It's
don't
nice,
have.
about a medium mouthfeel.
Yeah.
It's actually lighter than I thought it would feel on the palate because of the way it coated the glass. But I can see now that it's opened up a little bit. It's kind of like dissipating on the walls of the glass.
Yeah, a little bit. It's got some more legs going on now.
It's kind of light. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, really cool. Well,
We're
going to be right back with the Chaser, with another whiskey.
Another starter.
Now that Joe has graciously gone into his brand new home and rinsed out our glasses, we are back with the
Another
Chaser of the whiskey.
The Chaser whiskey.
Chaser whiskey, all right.
So we're going to see, because this is very controversial, especially in our group, Cleveland Brewer Co-op, which we are both members of.
Shout out.
It seems to be, definitely, hey Carl, Eric, everybody else, Nate, it seems to be that it's almost like a half and half, love it or hate it kind of thing. And we're going to find out. I'm going to say we're going to be the final judges. We're laying the hammer down on this.
For those that don't know, then are just tuning in, this is Elijah Craig's Toasted Barrel. Now, Elijah Craig is Bardstown, Kentucky?
Yes, I believe so. Now you're pulling stats on me.
Yeah, well, this is a relaxed episode. We're not going to do stats here. It's the fireside chat.
A little more?
No, this will be good for the moment.
Okay.
Pop the cork on that, and while Joe starts to nose this, I'm going to tell you that it is 94 proof. Small batch bourbon finished in toasted new oak barrels.
Nice, heavy, thick on the glass there, guys. Love the color.
I like the wood top.
Super dark.
Bardstown, Kentucky, by the way.
Super dark. Nice coppery, brown, hay notes. Real nice. Beautiful drink. A little red to it. Hey, take it up there.
Yeah, what are you smelling, Joe?
Spicy. Sweet.
I thought you said bite me. Like,
Very
what?
hot. Elijah Craig's are always really hot on the nose.
Does that usually transfer over to the palate?
Yeah,
for
they're
them?
alcohol forward.
Okay.
Caramel notes. Getting a little like, maybe like a peach? Candied note, kind of candied peach note to it.
Oh.
All right, let's do it, man.
So, I mean, like, good. So far, we're off to a good start with the smell?
Yeah, a little brown sugar.
Okay.
Definitely barrel.
Definitely barrel. All right. Roast.
Let's see if we pick up the toasted on this.
Green apples.
Yeah.
Green apples, sour, tart, a little bit, but
I don't sour.
Yeah. I don't think this is a bad bottle, though. It doesn't taste like
This, no,
like a bad bottle, but
it finishes sweet.
it does. It's weird. It's like sour green apples, tart a little bit, and then
Not a lot of like your normal like caramel, vanilla notes. It's very sour, green apple, tart, and then it finishes like that candied kind of peach note for me here. It's very interesting. This is really good. I think it's a pretty good bottle, man. It's
Second
different.
sip, I get more of that caramel up front, less of that sourness. That seems to be dissipating a little bit. Although now I'm getting it back on the back end.
I'm getting that barrel coming through. Ooh.
I'm getting starting to get a little bit of the chewy oak that I usually associate with toasted barrels.
Yeah. Kind of that bready note and stuff like that.
A little marshmallowy.
Yeah.
Almost. Vanilla.
Yeah.
Molasses.
Yeah.
Spice. Oh, this is starting to blossom.
Yeah. It's
wow.
very spicy on the second one. Let's go for a third hit.
Okay. Twist my arm. More sweetness coming out.
That barrel's building for me.
Yeah.
Big time.
It's
almost
not
like
quite
a little
splintery,
a little
though.
smoked. Oh wait, no, that's far.
It's not quite splintery. It's
No,
more
it's well
tannic
integrated.
and chalky.
It's well integrated. You get that kind of like charcoaly kind of mouthfeel to that one.
Yeah.
Kind of sandy.
Are you ready for final thoughts then?
Sure. Let's do
Okay.
it.
Final thoughts on the Nelson Green Brier Tennessee whiskey.
If I were blindfolded, I would think that was a Kentucky bourbon. Very good, very well balanced. It's a great product. It's a new product for me to try, and I'm definitely going to be revisiting that bottle quite often. I was impressed by the notes on it. Sometimes on the sweeter side, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But it's pretty good. I wish I had another glass of it to take another sip of it, honestly. But pretty good.
Okay, so you liked it.
I like
then.
it. I think it's if we were doing a thumbs up rating, it'd be 2 up.
Okay, all right. For me, this is cool. I don't think I've had a Tennessee whiskey with this much body before.
Yeah.
It was definitely a unique tasting experience, and I kind of mirrored Joe's thoughts on all this. Blindfolded, I would have thought that was a bourbon. I wouldn't have guessed a Tennessee whiskey. Now, is that a bad thing?
Nope.
Stylistically, nope. I don't think it is. I wouldn't feel like it is. With beer, you kind of want to keep things in the style, but with whiskey, it seems like you can have some play, some innovation.
As long as it's good.
That's it. Yeah, and that's a good whiskey. I'd recommend that.
The only thing that was disappointing to me on it was the mouthfeel. It was kind of light for me, and I really like the weight.
See, for me, it was a little bit more medium body. I didn't get the lightness that you got, which kind of hammers home that kind of bourbon-esque note for me is the mouthfeel.
Okay.
So we kind of have a little bit on odds on that one, which is okay.
All right. Yeah.
Now, Elijah Craig, controversial toasted barrel.
I think for a person that's really into Elijah Craig, that is die hard, I can see why maybe they don't like that one, because they don't do offerings like this too often. I think this is more on the sweeter side, the apple side of things, and brown sugars we're pulling out of that, and I kind of had that candied kind of peach kind of taste to
and
it.
I got molasses, so
and
definitely
that's not really typical of your Elijah Craig's as far as that goes. So that could be off-putting to some people that are really forward on Elijah Craig and really fans of it. I get it, but divorce the name and all that aside, I think it's great.
Besides getting eaten up by bugs here, we do apologize for swatting as we talk. Judo chop. For Elijah Craig, I think this is actually a really interesting product. Like Joe was saying, if you're used to Elijah Craig, this is definitely a deviation from what their standard flavors are. And I'm on the side of kind of liking this. I think it's a little too heavy as far as the tannins go. I mean, it builds and it builds and it builds, and then it just sits on the front of my tongue, so much so that as I'm talking, all I'm tasting is tannins.
I think this is one of those whiskeys, John, you just have to kind of sip it slow, because we kind of triple power sip this, and it builds the barrel too much, and it kind of drowns your palate out a little bit.
That could be, but we've also powered through some other stuff, and we haven't had that happen. So
that's
think,
true, and that's something to be said.
Yeah. So I think while I love toasted barrel products, this for me is a little bit gone a little too far with that.
Okay. All right.
I do enjoy the sweetness. That green apple note was interesting.
That green apple note was good.
The molasses.
Yeah.
I love that after we first did a couple sips on there, the flavors just started really opening up after I took a sip. I mean, I was sitting there experiencing it, and it just started pop, 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 pop flavor. I really enjoyed that, but I think in the long run, you know, I could see why this is a little controversial.
Yeah,
I wouldn't turn it down.
Yeah,
I would not turn this down at all.
no.
But
Is this something I'm going to hunt after?
probably not.
No.
Probably
Is
not.
it something I'm turning down, like he said? No, I'm not. I'll take a pour any Elijah Craig.
Yeah. So that is our experimental Joe and John's Fireside Chat episode. If you like this experiment and you would like to see more, we would love to hear your feedback on this episode. You know, this was Joe's idea, and we want to see how it goes and see what our loyal viewers thought of it. So leave a comment down on the YouTube
Let us know,
comment section and let us know. But we will be back with our normal episodes as per our use.
See you next time.